Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Rose here. Today I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's live stream called Night Beeze. So this was a live stream that she did last night, but I'm a little late in starting my reacting today because I had some shopping to do, grocery shopping, and also shopping for winter clothes since I'm now in the Pacific Northwest, and that is different than California. So I was just upping my winter wardrobe game. But I'm here now and I'm going to try to catch up to all of the live streams that Foodie has done today as well as last night. So she did a live stream called Night Beeze, and in the live stream she references another channel called Perfectly Imperfect. She doesn't say the name Perfectly Imperfect. She refers to Perfectly Imperfect as a hamster. And I love the fact that Perfectly Imperfect, when she heard Chantal call her a hamster, she turned that around and flipped the script and turned it into something funny. So good on you, Perfectly Imperfect. So I'm going to play a couple of videos from Perfectly Imperfect because there are different things that Foodie talks about in her live stream. The lip reading that went on, because in one of her live streams, Foodie, she muted the camera and she said something to Pete's, and no one was sure about what she said. But Perfectly Imperfect read her lips and determined what was said or about what was said. Uh, Also, there was another video that I wanted to reference, but let me just go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see what I see and hear what I hear. Okay, so here is the short video from Perfectly Imperfect, and I'm going to leave a link for the video in the description. I do encourage everyone to check out Perfectly Imperfect. Maybe give her a like and a thumbs up and a nice comment, and maybe sub to her channel because she is a wonderful reactor and she does wonderful videos about Chantal. So let's look at this video from Perfectly Imperfect.
Hey guys, so I wanted us to look at a clip from today's live. Foodie Beauty, it went live today to talk about how she got her house. It was official. And in the live, it's the first minute or two. I like to thank Gail Smith for bringing this to my attention in my previous videos comment section. She brought to my attention that she thinks she knows what Foodie Beauty was saying to Pete's. And I looked at this clip several times and I do have to agree with her. So I've slowed down the clip. I focused in on the mouth. I'm going to play it. But what I think she's saying, the first time she said she talks to Pete's is something about getting cash. I'm going to need you to get me the cash. The second thing she says to him is something about applying for a job. I'm looking at her mouth movements, and it does appear that she's saying, you're going to need to apply for that job, or you're going to apply for that job, right? Definitely says the word job, definitely says the word cash. So I'm going to let you look at the next clip. I've slowed it down. I've focused in on her mouth. Let me know what you think in the comment section.
Yeah, she definitely says the word cash. And here's something interesting that also happened. So Foodie and Pete's went out to dinner with his mom. That's what she said. So why is Foodie wanting to take Pete's to see his mom? I have to wonder if Foodie was asking Pete's to get money from his mom. And maybe that's why she was so eager to go to dinner with Pete's and the mom. Because we all know that Foodie right now, she needs money for her move and she's been spending money like crazy. So did Foodie ask Pete's to ask the mom for money? You have to kind of wonder about that. Yeah, I agree with what the lip reading is saying. You're going to apply for a job, right? Well, here's the thing, Foodie. Even if Pete applies for a job and he gets a job, it's going to take at least a couple of weeks or so to get paid once he starts working. I mean, some jobs they pay weekly, some of them pay bi-weekly. So even if he applies for a job, it might be a while before he gets paid.
Again, I have looked at this clip several times, and I am pretty certain that the first thing she says to him is something about getting her the cash, and the second thing she talks to him about is applying for a job. Now, this does make sense because she has been talking about Pete's getting a job. I think it was yesterday's live stream. She said he was going to be applying for some data entry positions. But for me, this is all speculation. So, but that's why we're here to speculate, right? But it's all speculation. But it all makes sense to me because I think this house that she's getting is really above and beyond her financial means, especially with YouTube. You know, that's her only source of income, and YouTube is so touch and go. So it'll be interesting, you know, to see what happens in this next arc. In the meantime, I'm going to add the clip one more time. You know, feel free to pause it, rewind it. I would love to know your thoughts. Do you see what I'm seeing, what Gail Smith is seeing? Do you think she's talking to Pete about getting her cash and about applying for a job? Let me know your thoughts below. I hope everybody has a wonderful night, and I will talk to you all later.
And thank you for posting that clip, Perfectly Imperfect. As I said, I'm going to post the link in the description for anybody who wants to check out Perfectly Imperfect and sub up to her channel because she does great videos on YouTube. Although I would like to add in something to your video, Perfectly Imperfect. As far as Chantal living beyond her means, does she need a place that's $3,000 a month? Honestly, she doesn't. But if she got the place, could she afford the rent? Well, if she's making between $6,000 to $10,000 a month on YouTube, she could certainly afford the rent. If she scaled back on her edibles and her food, and she was reasonable and sensible with her money, she could afford that much rent. She doesn't need a 4-bedroom house, but could she afford it with her YouTube income? She certainly could. It's just that she can't afford it and pay for all of her addictions and impulses at the same time. That's why she can't afford it. So thank you for that clip, Perfectly Imperfect. What else we got here? Now this clip also from Perfectly Imperfect, it might upset a lot of you, but this one broke my heart, so I have to include it. And this is from the live stream where Foodie, the camera followed her across the room, and you saw the state of her room.
I don't want her to. She fucking like.
Oh wait, I apologize. So this is from the Night Beeze live stream, which I'm going to cover. So let's just go ahead and cover it.
She's always crying. She's whiny. She's kind of limpy. She's
okay. So Chantal, I've been reacting to you for a long time, and BBJ does not strike me as a normally whiny cat. She's very quiet. She's an elderly cat. There are some cats that are very vocal. That's just how they are. But BBJ is a very quiet cat. So if she's whining, if she's crying, if she's meowing, that's because there's something wrong. We know that she's got oral problems, which you refuse to take care of. You're probably not even buying her special food. But if she's also limpy, you say she's limpy, that means there's something wrong with her legs, perhaps. Maybe she has arthritis. Medication, treatment can help with that. But you're over there saying she's got all these problems, yet you're not taking her to the vet. Why? Why wouldn't you take her to the vet? She needs to go.
She's old. I don't want her to suffer because cats, you don't know if they're suffering really. But
you do know that she's suffering. She's limpy. She's crying out. She's suffering. What more do you need to see or hear to know that she's suffering? She is suffering. She's an old cat. Clearly, she's in a state of discomfort. She's in pain, and she needs attention, medical attention.
Looking for signs of that, you know. Take her to the vet for what? I just took her like what, a couple months ago? She's old.
No. It's been more than 2 months. That phone call that you got in the car when Roman was there, the recorded phone call, happened more than 2 months ago. Do you want me to go back and get the clip? Because I will. I'll find it. Somebody's got to have it. I'll look at the date. I'll find out exactly when you took that cat to the vet. It's been more than 2 months. Much more than 2.
The vet is going to tell me, your cat is old.
You don't know what the vet's going to tell you because you haven't taken her. A lot of things might have happened in that 2 months. Her health might have gotten worse. You don't know until you do take her.
There's no cure for aging, in case you didn't know that, Size Queen. You cannot cure aging. 9.
That's BBJ in the background, meowing. And she can't be bothered to turn around and see what's wrong. All of you pet parents out there, if your pets are making noises like that, when you turn around to see what's wrong, you'd be like, are you okay? You turn around and give them their attention. Are you okay? She doesn't even turn around. She just sits there like it's no big deal.
I think it is time to take BBJ to the vet. The cries that she was making last night in Foodie Beauty's live stream did not sound good at all. It sounded like a cat who's uncomfortable and in
Right.
pain. So if you are in Foodie Beauty's chat, you're a member of her community, I beg of you to implore her to take the next step and bring BBJ to the vet. At the very least, the vet will tell her she's fine. But what's it gonna hurt? She just needs to make sure BBJ's not in pain. You know, it's not lost on me that Foodie Beauty runs to the ER anytime she's uncomfortable or in pain, but is just refusing to do the same for BBJ. So I'm asking that everybody just implore that Foodie Beauty takes BBJ to the vet just to make sure that BBJ is not in pain. Leave me your thoughts and comments below, and I will talk to you all later.
Thank you for that video, Perfectly Imperfect. I will also leave a link for that video in the description. And as I've said before, please don't be afraid to check out Perfectly Imperfect. Sub up to her channel, leave her a like and a comment, please, if you will. So thanks for that again, Perfectly Imperfect. And that clip is from the Night Beeze video, which I'm going to cover right now. I will say before I get started, as far as BBJ, everybody is of the thought, because of Foodie's attitude, that honestly, and I hate to say it, it's such a horrible, heartbreaking thought. The thought that everybody has and has been having is that Chantal is basically waiting for BBJ to die. She's not trying to help her. She's not taking her to the vet. She's not getting her checked out. She's not making sure she's fed and she's getting enough food and food into her system. She's literally waiting for BBJ to die. In one of her live streams, she was asking people if they want to take Pete and BBJ. Notice she didn't say take Sam. Sam has always been the favorite. Maybe because he's an overweight cat and she's overweight. Maybe because he's a male. But for some reason, she just can't be bothered with poor BBJ. You know, it's a very distressing thought, and I'm sorry if I upset anybody talking like this, but I'm just sharing my thoughts. It just seems apparent that Chantal, at the same time she doesn't care about BBJ, she will not give BBJ to someone who will take care of her. So at least she can have a peaceful, happy, healthy end of life, whenever that is. So let's go on to the Night Beeze live stream. We're going to cover parts of this. We're not going to cover it all, because as you can see, it's almost 3 hours long. So we're just going to jump around a lot wherever I feel it needs to be jumped. So let's do this, okay? Let's do this thing.
Half bend down so I don't pee myself, and just dump a whole bunch of crunchies in the dish, and like half of it, some of it gets on the floor. And
Chantal, I saw that mess on the floor. Now, I will say that cats can be messy eaters, and they do get the crunchies on the floor when they eat. But there was all kinds of food spilled around that dish. And you know, as a cat mama, do you know what it looked like to me? It looked like you had a bag of crunchies in your hand and you just forcefully, you know, like dumped a whole bunch in the bowl and a lot of it spilled out. That's what it looks like to me. And honestly, cats should not be eating off the floor. How much does it cost to get a couple of bowls and put crunchies in one bowl and water in another and just keep it in a corner, a clean corner? And what's going on with that box? that was sitting right next to the food. Was that where BBJ is supposed to use the bathroom? The way it was placed, I'm wondering, is that like a cheap litter box for you? Because that's unacceptable too. I'm just saying.
And some of it is from Sam eating the crunchies. And like I said, when he eats his fat head, the bowl is like this big. I need a bigger bowl so that none of the food flies everywhere. So I have to vacuum it up. It did pile up. Norma Jean, member for, and there's no excuse for it. I'm just being a fucking slob. I'm sorry. And
You're being a slob and a neglectful pet owner. And for someone who makes 10 grand a month, that should not be happening. Foodie, I don't make the money that you make. My baby girl gets her food and she gets clean water every day, and I clean out her litter box every day. You should be embarrassed. You're making probably 20 times the amount that I'm making, and you can't get some food on in a bowl form. You can't put down clean water. You can't clean out a litter box. If you can't do those simple things, if you can't provide medical care, you don't need to own any kind of animal.
And tomorrow, I'm cleaning this fucking mess.
Yeah, right.
Norma Jean, member for 8 months. Yet another month questioning my mental sanity. I'm super proud of you. I know it must feel great to prove people wrong. But the food she does eat is fresh. I keep putting fresh in, and they do empty it mostly. It's just the stuff around the floor they push out of the bowl with their head. Norma Jean!
I want to point out something. Anybody can do this. Anybody can go on Chantal's channel and look at the live streams she does and the amount of time that she spends on those live streams. Chantal live streams between 6 to 10 hours every single day. Every day. Practically from the moment she wakes up until the moment she goes to sleep, she's on camera. She's got her camera on. And she could take care of the cats during her camera time, but she doesn't. So if she's spending 6 to 10 hours a day parked in front of her camera, eating, when does she have time to play with her cats, take care of her cats? If she's in front of the camera all the time, she doesn't give those cats attention. She doesn't try to feed them properly. It's all about, look at me, look at me, look at me, pay attention to me. I've got to have the camera on. When does she have time for those pets? She really, really doesn't. She doesn't try to make time for them. It's all about look at me and give me money.
Ready, set, release. Thank you, Norma Jean. What? What do you mean, Alexis? Hi, Mia. Thank you. You should get the raised dishes in a stand. Yeah. I do have some, but
Why don't you use them then?
I have it downstairs. I should get some for up here too. I got to figure out where I'm going to put all the cats to keep them separate. I want their feeding areas separate.
You know what? Foodie has talked about moving into a mansion, and there's going to be 2 other cats that belong to other people at this place, and she's supposed to be in charge of the cat sitting. If Foodie can't take care of her own cats, how is she going to take care of 2 other cats that do not belong to her? If you do not cherish what belongs to you, you're certainly not going to cherish what belongs to other people. What's she going to do? Is she going to keep BBJ in a room like Timbit was kept in Pizza's room and not be allowed out because there's other cats in the house that might fight with her or give her a problem? That's going to be her life from here on out. That's just sad. Foodie, give BBJ to a person that can give her a proper home, please. You're an evil, rotten, disgusting, horrible person. And if you want to be that way on your own, do it. But those cats don't have a choice on how they live, living with you. Show a slice of kindness and give the cats to someone who will give them proper care. If all you want to focus on is you, then just focus on you. Let somebody else take care of what you don't want to or you can't afford to.
Their poop areas separate. You're moving, so now you're forced. High five. Yep. Hi, Missy Moo. Hey, Bella. What are you talking about? Legal counsel? I don't even know what you're talking about, as usual. And a placemat or something for under it to protect the floor. Yes. You know what? That's a good idea. We're going to get hooked up before we move. We need to go shopping. Absolutely. Who are you talking about? The escaped coconut, Wilma. Though the escaped coconut. I like that. Welcome to Very Important Beezers. Ready, set, bees. Okay, I need to get hot. I need to smoke. Like
No, you don't.
I'm sorry, but this is my nightly routine and I need to do it. I have no more.
It's not just your nightly routine. It's the routine that you have when you wake up. It's the routine you have before you eat. It's the routine that you have after you eat. It's the routine you have before bed. It seems like your routine is something you do all day. That's all you do all day is get high, foodie, and eat, and get high again, and eat again, and nothing gets done in between. What you should be doing is doing all the work that you need to get done first, and then if you want to get high, then get high. Treat it like a reward versus something that you do to escape the rituals of your day. You know, your addictions and your obsessions dominate your day. You are so concerned with fulfilling your addictions and your obsessions first, and then responsibilities and adulthood after. And because you get so baked, once you get baked, you don't care about all the responsibilities. And so all the responsibilities start piling up.
Lazy Susans, however, or do I? Please, I have to have one Lazy Susan left, and I have to use this fucking thing again. Ugh. I escaped that vial. Okay, where did he say that, Alexis? I have not seen that, but I would like to see. Okay, where am I seeing? What did I tell? Oh, what did I are you talking about? What? Is that the woman who looks like a gerbil?
She's talking about perfectly imperfect. And perfectly imperfect does not look like a gerbil or a hamster. And really, you should not be woman shaming other women, foodie. We all know that you hate other women. You look at other women as competition. And it's so sad. If you were a halfway decent person, and if you had female friends, they might be able to assist you with giving you advice and tips and how to dress and how to live. But you look at them as the enemy. Here's a news flash. You are your own worst enemy. So don't go around women shaming. Other women are not your problem. You are your biggest problem.
And who makes up shit about me all the time for views?
What does she make up? Name the lies.
Why am I low on weed?
Because you smoke it all. And you know what, y'all? I got a prediction. I'm just putting this out there. So Foodie is going to have to move in about 30 days or less than 30 days. How much y'all want to bet that she's going to be crying broke in a couple of weeks? Oh, I spent all my money on the move and I don't have any money. Coming on camera crying and practically begging people for money. How much y'all want to bet that's going to happen? Before that happens, anybody thinking of giving Foodie extra money or feeling sorry for her, keep in mind this woman has spent, I don't know how much on takeout. Buying takeout 3, 4, 5 times a day. Buying edibles, which are between $75 to $100 a piece. And she's eaten many of those recently. Spending money on weed. I'm sorry. If you spend your money on massive amounts of takeout. And if you're blowing $75 to $100 a pop on wheelchair edibles, and you're buying several of those, and you're buying endless amounts of weed, if that's where you choose to spend your money, you ain't really dead broke. Because if you're really broke or low on money, then your money should go on necessities, not on things you don't need. So don't feel sorry for her once she starts crying broke. It ain't our fault. It's her fault. Don't compensate her for her stupid choices. Let her learn from them. She needs to grow up and learn.
Just give me a few minutes here to get settled. Maybe look around the floor! Why am I wearing a Santa Claus lingerie, Lambo?
I don't know. Why are
I guess
you?
I'll keep these for later, I suppose. Anyway, let me open my garbage bag so I can do it. Oh no, there's one here. Oh, I'm disgusting. I know. This is not going to happen in my new life.
Sure.
And this villa, I'm not leaving it a disaster. I'm not like that. I'm going to clean it before I go. You don't believe me, but if I don't clean it, I'm hiring a cleaner to clean it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you're going to hire a cleaner, don't ask your family to do it for you. Don't ask your mom or your sister to clean up your mess. That's embarrassing. To be an almost 40-year-old woman and calling upon your family to be your cleaning crew because you're too broke or too cheap to hire real movers and real cleaners. Clean up your own mess. Don't ask your family to do it. It's not their job.
I'm not going to leave it like this. Trust and believe, even though you don't. There's El Chapo. The weed strain, not the person. Oh, wait, here we go. Yeah! This garbage. This garbage. All right, guys. Let's... It feels very strange that I'm moving. Sombrero, no, Ethan. Shit. If they keep my deposit, I don't bother cleaning. They're not keeping my deposit, so we don't have a deposit. We paid first and last, and that's it. So, hi, sweet. Yes, they have fresh food downstairs. She's gonna be whiny.
No,
Because she's
not.
old, and that's whiny. Older cats are whiny, from what I hear. If they keep my deposit, I'm shitting on the floor, Bridget. Seriously, if they keep your deposit, why would you clean? Where? Is that true? If somebody has the link to the video, then does anyone know if that's true? Of him talking shit about me? You're lying. Hmm? What about her video?
Okay, so this person's saying, is that a wheelchair? Ma'am, we cannot afford it, right? So she's over there, from what I understand, she went to Roman, telling Roman, I'm broke and I need help with moving, yet she's over there eating wheelchair edibles, which are really expensive. So what she really means when she tells Roman that she's broke or tells other people that she's broke is that she's not really broke. What she really means is, I don't have money for you, but I have money for me. I don't want to spend money on things I need to get done. I want to spend money on myself.
It's not true. I can tell you right now, without even watching it, it's not true. Do you want to bet?
Oh, you fat.
You don't trust him?
So Chantal's legal counsel just said, Roman said you have no money and want a discount. I'm not a Roman fan, okay? Let's make that clear. I don't like Roman. And I don't trust him. I think he's a sidekick for Chantal, just a pawn in her chess game on YouTube, my opinion. But if I were Roman and this woman who makes $6,000 to $10,000 a month on YouTube had the audacity to say to him, I'm broke and I have no money, and her getting online and eating wheelchair edibles and ordering multiple amounts of takeout, I would not believe her, because with her own live streams, eating the takeout, doing the edibles, smoking the weed, obviously she's lying. She's got money for all those things, but she's not got money for her move. Well, if that is the actual case, too bad, Foodie. Pick up the boxes and move yourself.
What video is it? I don't see it. And all the people who are telling me about it are nobody I trust. I don't see. Is it on his channel? Spills tea on Foodie Beauty. Is that the one you're talking about? I was in his live stream. That's the stream I was in. Wait, what are you talking about?
She knows. She's seen it. She's just acting dumb right now. Foodie watches everything about her.
Did he say I have no money while I was on panel? Kells. Why did you cyberbully Queen Louise? Flopera! I didn't cyberbully. I didn't even fucking laugh at her looks. This woman purposely made her thumbnail that way, so I'm just reposting her thumbnail. You can't be serious. Are you going to tell me there's nothing funny about her fucking bottom teeth matching the same cut as her bangs in her fucking photo going... I find it hilarious. It's an homage. Louise is cool. I'm not making fun of her looks.
Oh, here's another tidbit. Chantal's legal counsel said he also said, talking about Roman, you're going to Montreal, so it's going to cost you $2,000. So Roman did say in his video, because I saw a clip of it, that because she's moving long distance, the move is going to cost her between $2,000 or $3,000. He wasn't sure about how much the move would be because she didn't say exactly what she was moving. And if you're somebody moving and you're using a moving company, they need to know how much you're taking with you, how much room it's going to take up in the truck, or what size truck to use before they can give you an estimate. And they need to know exactly where you're going. So if she's moving long distance and she's taking a lot of stuff with her, it's going to cost her that much money. And she's over there going to Roman saying, I need a discount. I'm broke. Foodie, you're over there popping edibles like they're Tic Tacs. You aren't broke.
No, I'm not. Louise is an icon. Yes. I find the facial expressions funny. They're like, can't even do it. Did Snoop Dogg inspire the do-rag? I'm fucking bald, that's what. Anyways, I'm talking to a guy who looks like Bob Hoskins, and I'm not feeling it.
Then don't talk to him.
And then Beeze was like, Bob Hoskins is a sex icon. Ask your audience. Okay, put a 1 in the chat if you would do Bob Hoskins. Said no one ever. I'm such an asshole, aren't I?
You are.
He said you're going to Montreal. Reginald Wood. No, bummo. What's with the Roman talk right now? Why are we even talking about Roman? What happened? Order O'Connor's immediately. It's not O'Connor's, it's Connor's. And Connor's is closing. Another man on the carousel of chins. Excuse me. Hold on, I got some Bob.
Chantal's legal counsel says he showed your texts. You said you're broke and want a steep discount.
Hoskins messaged me.
So Foodie's over there just trying to find people to do things for free when she's got the income on YouTube that she could pay people to get the job done. I mean, she is getting paid again on the 21st of next month or the 22nd. And if her move out date is the 1st of November, she's going to get another paycheck before her move. So why are you trying to nickel and dime people, Foodie? You're going to have more money in your pocket on the 21st.
If you were next to me now, we'd make love all. Hey.
A fake email. It was an email. It was spelled like each letter separated by space. A space.
Foodie, what comes up? Oh, my video comes up first. Are you talking about lip reading Foodie Beauty's conversation with Pete? Is that the one that you're
That's Perfectly Imperfect's video that I just showed you.
Talking about? Oh shit. That's not good. Ooh. Shit. Hello, Beauty.
Say something, Chantal. Dang. So she's watching the video, I think. And I think she's got the audio turned down.
You know, and I don't want to expose people to something that could be traumatizing to them without them realizing it. And I'm just really thinking of that. So does that make any sense? Professional, my ass. He would take a picture to sell to FFG or Monty. Stop allowing these people to leech off of you. I know, Norma Jean, I feel like I'm learning a lesson that sometimes being really too nice is really not good.
Since when has Chantal ever been too nice? I would like to know an instance when Foodie Beauty has ever been nice and she wasn't being nice because she expected something in return. I just want to know where in her life has she been truly generous and caring of another person or living being where she didn't have the attitude of, I'm doing this for you, so I better get something back. Because that's not a truly generous, loving person. Generous, loving people do things just because they want to do things and they don't expect a reward. Everything that Foodie does is motivated by getting some sort of reward or return back.
Like, I feel like I'm too trusting sometimes.
No, you're
too
just
nice,
stupid.
but I don't feel any badness, like I don't know what to feel. I just think, I think with Roman, it's better to just keep it like, arm's length and YouTube-ish or whatever. But you just get horny for any man under 130 pounds. No, I don't know what it is, but They're really disrespectful and don't deserve you being nice. Oh my god, my oh. You're on a broke man's diet. You know what I'm craving? Cottage cheese and baked beans.
Oh, Lord.
Cottage cheese with baked beans. I used to know a guy who just like talked. He would talk in one sentence would just
Next.
2 weeks, and he wants me to wait. I hate you. He's very like demanding. He told me not to wear perfume so he can see what I really smell like.
So this guy she's seeing told her not to wear perfume so he knows what she really smells like. Maybe that's a hint, Chantal, that he's just wondering if you take a shower or if you take a bath. Like what you smell like if you don't bathe in perfume and cologne. Maybe he's checking to see how hygienic you are. If I were that guy, I would not want to smell you without the perfume and the cologne. Because it doesn't seem like you like to shower very much.
Like he really wants me to be like, he's really weird. I don't know. But again, I just feel like I have so many stories to talk about.
God, that exaggerated laugh.
Where I was smelling him after his BO on me, and I was like, oh, his BO.
What? What? Wait, what? What did she just say? What? Smelling a guy's BO? Y'all, what do you say to that? Oh my God. Listen. If you're with a guy and you're near a guy and you end the date or the occasion, you smell like his aftershave or his cologne, what he wore, that's one thing. But smelling like a guy's BO, that's ew. That's just
Why
nasty.
am I public right now? Huh?
That's just nasty.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe the pheromones.
No. Every person has their own pheromones. That's natural. That's okay. If a person has their own pheromones, but BO is not pheromones. It's just filth. It's nasty. It's nasty. Nasty. BO is too much. That is stench. Gross. Unacceptable. No.
So far. Old man. He still likes me. Did I tell you he picked up my drinks for me? That's so embarrassing.
You know, if the guys that she's seeing have BO, now I understand why they get along with Chantal, because she's got her own special, intoxicating, overpowering BO. Maybe their BO gets along with her BO. They go out, they have dinner. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like she's attracted to, or she gets along with stinky guys.
I have to tell you a story time, but I'm too fucking high. Okay. He has long, dirty fingers. So hot.
Ew, what? Ew.
I'm telling you.
That's nasty.
Check for diseases, girl. Elizabeth James. Show us him? No.
So she goes out with guys with BO and long, dirty fingernails. Nope, that's a no from me. Nope. Hard pass on that.
I get these moments of vertigo.
What? From what? Girl, if I was doing the edibles that you're doing and smoking all that weed, I might have vertigo too. You know, all that green in your system. I'm sure it's not healthy.
Well, I have food upstairs because BBJ's old and she hops up the stairs, like hobbles up the stairs. And they just always been eating up here. I don't know.
Now, you know why the food is upstairs? Because she's too lazy to go downstairs and feed them. Just going down a set of stairs and putting the food and the dishes down there. She doesn't want to leave her room. She wants to be in her own little messy, sloppy bubble where she doesn't have to move. So let's just do everything upstairs. Let's have a refrigerator upstairs that she can keep her snacks in. Let's have the cat food upstairs so she can feed them. It's all about staying in one room so she doesn't have to move. Unless Natter calls, then she'll get her butt in the car and go see him.
You know, it's a big levels. I just felt like there should be food and water up here for her too. She kind of falls over a little bit. Yeah, she's wobbly. And that's
What? So BBJ is in bad health and she's falling over and she's hobbling up the stairs. That doesn't sound right.
it's been a while. I told the vet about that already.
When? When's the last time you went?
So the vet just like she's old. What do you want? You have a litter box upstairs. Yeah, but they don't use it. Like they didn't use it. They just like the one downstairs. So for 4 cats, the litter, I know that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be like kind of like a job. We're gonna have to really keep on our game. We're gonna have to have like a routine, you know?
I don't think there's going to be a routine for Chantal. If Pete moves in with her, I can see him working his job and then him doing all the cleaning and taking care of the animals. She's not going to do a damn thing.
Sounds like you don't want to care for an elderly cat. Well, that's how you're interpreting it, but that's not the truth. BBJ is not even any more of a bother than she's ever been. I'm concerned that I'm letting her suffer. That's my concern.
You are letting her suffer and you don't care. Because what are you doing for her suffering? Are you getting her checked out? You haven't gotten her checked out in over 2 months. She's old. Maybe her health has gone down. She needs to be checked out. But you can't be bothered because you think, oh, vet visit, which means I have to get out of the house and do something with my cat. I got to spend money. And I can use that money on edibles and food. You're thinking selfishly, Chantal. Selfishly. That's why I'm saying you should give the cats to somebody who will do right by them. If you want to focus only on you, then give the cats to somebody else. And whatever you want to do with yourself, do it. But don't keep living things around you that depend on you. It's not fair to them at all.
I don't want her to hurt or be in pain.
But she is.
A softer food too. No. She lost part of her tooth, but she eats wet food, yeah. She does. Well, thank God you don't work. It should be easy, girl. Well, I do work, and I'm going to be working a lot more.
When?
But you're
Not
right.
working
I'm
now.
lucky that I work from home so that I can
You don't even work from home and you don't work on your home. You don't even work on yourself.
be with the cats, yeah. If it would be a lot harder if I was like a 9-to-5 job or a job outside of the house. It would be a lot more hectic. That they live this old. You're gonna blame me for my cat dying? Okay, well, how old was her cat? 20! So shut the fuck up. There.
I'm going to remind everybody of something that Chantal said. She actually said in a live stream that the reason why she did not take her cats to the vet was to piss off her haters. Yes, she actually said that. Imagine being so unnecessarily spiteful and wrathful and hateful that if your own pets need to go to the vet or they need food, just to make people on the internet that you don't know in real life, just to make them angry, you would deny your own pets food and medical care. You're more concerned about hate from strangers than you are about the welfare of your own pets. That's Chantal in a nutshell. She is so consumed with irking people and pissing people off and being rebellious, that she would deny what's necessary for her own pets. You're twisted, Chantal, and your focus and your energy is going into all the wrong places rather than the right ones.
What am I gonna eat?
We don't care.
Just buy them cans of Hormel chili. We don't have Hormel anywhere. What the fuck is that? Would you want to work in a Hormel factory? It probably smells like, you know, Veronica farts and sharts on cakes.
Oh, pizza's here.
It's dirty. It's dirty here, Sam. It's dirty. I'm sorry, Sam. I gotta clean my desk up.
No, that's okay. I mean, tomorrow's the weekend if you have the shits. No, I'm kidding.
So I'm going to cut it off here because Chantal took an edible and I can tell it's starting to hit her, and I don't want to see her effed up on drugs. That's when she starts to not really talk as much and it really gets boring. So let's just go to the comments instead. Jay says, Chantal, someone who can drive a total of 4 hours to obsess over an abusive criminal. Also, Chantal, someone who can't drive 30 minutes to take her elderly cat to the vet. Right. Priorities. It's all about priorities. Everybody in life has different priorities, and the things that are your top priorities, you give the most attention to, right? Well, Chantal's priorities revolve around her. What makes her happy? And the cats are at the bottom of the list. They're not even close to the top. Lindsay says, and I quote, she's always crying, always whining. She's kind of limpy. She's old. I don't want her to suffer, referring to BBJ. Those are all signs a normal pet owner would take their cat to the vet to either help them get out of the pain with medication or by the vet's recommendation only, put her down so she doesn't have to suffer any longer. You know what? I hope that BBJ still has enough health left that if somebody gave her medical care and proper food, that she could be healed of whatever's wrong with her and she can live a bit longer, pain-free. I hope that she's not so far gone that the vet would recommend putting her down. I hate to see that happen to her. I would love to see her have a happy ending because God knows that cat deserves it. She doesn't need all the suffering that comes with Chantal. Sports Bob says BBJ wants your fucking attention. She wants her attention, her love, her attentiveness. Chantal's online 6 to 10 hours a fucking day. So when does she have time for her pets? She really, really doesn't. She's got time for herself, but not for her pets. Elizabeth says, calling other men gross and disgusting, that's fresh, coming from a woman who has zero hygiene, picks her nose, spits on the floor, farts on live streams and in public, doesn't wipe, licks makeup off, throws cat food directly onto the floor, hoards garbage, etc. Should I continue? No. No need to continue. You've proven your case quite well. Quite well. Electric Rodeo says, if you were an empath, you take BBJ to the vet for a checkup. Stop making her suffer. You know, the feeling that everybody has right now is that Chantal might put down BBJ before her move. That is coming. I would, even though I'm not her owner, I would be devastated to learn if that was her fate. I'm hoping and I'm praying with all my might that deep within the deep, dark recesses of Chantal's voidless soul, that there is just a nugget of kindness in there somewhere that she uses to give BBJ to somebody else to take care of. I'm hoping that little nugget exists and she puts it into play. Electric Rodeo says, when you're not feeling well, you always rush yourself to emergency. How do you know BBJ isn't in pain? Well, if BBJ is limping around the house, she has to be in pain. Animals are very good about hiding their pain. You know, they can't vocalize what's wrong. I mean, they can, but they can't. They can meow and bark and things like that, but they can't tell us in our language, hey, I'm in pain, or my stomach hurts. Can you take me to the vet? Can you give me some medication? That's why we need to take them for medical care when we notice something is off. Lady DMA says, can you imagine how filthy the litter box is? I'm sure it's very filthy. We heard not too long ago that Pete's didn't clean the litter box for 3 freaking months, despite the fact that she's got a subscription, or she did have, to Pretty Litter, so that Pretty Litter is dropped off once a month, which is when the Pretty Litter should be changed out, is once a month, and that cat box went for 3 months without being changed. So if he's not changing it, and she's not changing it, then who is? Jessica Bellion says she almost completely slipped up in her stream the other day and said something like BBJ had kidney issues, but then tried to flip it and say she's elderly and that she could have kidney issues. That tells me that the cat indeed does have kidney problems, and Chantal tries to make it sound like it was just a possibility. I have never seen a more selfish and gluttonous human being. The delusion is strong with this one. Chantal is so incredibly selfish, y'all. She's got that attitude of, I don't want it, but because it's mine, I don't want anybody else to have it. And if you want my opinion, and I'm free to give my opinion here, I think part of the reason why Chantal is not giving her cats to somebody else to take care of is because she's been so incredibly neglectful of those pets, especially BBJ, that she doesn't want to give BBJ to another person, because if that person took BBJ to the vet and the vet came up with a laundry list of things that were wrong, there's a possibility that those neglectful things could be exposed. So she would rather keep the cat in her care and let the cat go on suffering than give the cat to someone who might be able to turn some of those things around. And if they took the cat, they might make a video saying, I took BBJ to the vet and here's what's wrong. And then everybody would, go in on Chantal for being a neglectful pet owner. So she keeps BBJ with her to keep that abuse and keep the neglect from being exposed. That's my feeling. That's my thought. You guys can tell me what you think. Sarah Lynn says purring isn't always excitement or a sign of being happy. It can be stress, scared, or pain. I take BBJ to the vet to be checked out. This is true. Cats don't always purr because they're happy. They could be in pain. She needs to take the cats regardless of the purring or not. Piss and Vinegar says, Chantal, you've only got 2 decent options to choose from considering BBJ's end-of-life care. A, take her to the vet and determine what stage of kidney disease she has or other illness. No doubt she has a degree because she's 20 years old. Kidney disease is very common in cats, which is true, it is. And begin to medically treat her, or B, take her to the vet to be put to sleep. These are your options. That's the reality. You're probably intentionally avoiding the inevitable, but you shouldn't, as it's not fair or kind to BBJ. I'm so excited for the new place, but I'm not excited for BBJ. In reality, she's an extremely old cat that will no doubt be traumatized by the move. In my opinion, you need to take this into consideration. If she were any kind of a pet owner, she would take as much consideration for her pets as she does for herself. But she's so selfish and wrapped up in her own selfishness that all she cares about is her. Natalie says, so you admit that you throw your cat's food just all over the floor and something new food, and you pour new food on top of the old food and you're laughing about it. Your cat is so elderly. That's so sad. Yes, it is. At 2 hours, 26 minutes, that is the sound of a sick cat, and you both ignore because you're both looking at your food, right? Pete's and Chantal, neither one of them need pets. They're too far gone. They don't need pets. They don't need anything that requires their care. They really don't. They're not good pet parents. There's a lot of comments here about BBJ and their care and the cat's care. Vax says, you've always favored Sam over BBJ, and it breaks our hearts when you blow her or the crying off. It does break my heart. When I see something like that, I just want to go into the room, pick up BBJ and take her out of there and put her in a better place. You know, like you're a pet parent, you see something like that, and you just want that animal to not be in pain, and you feel helpless because there's nothing you can do to stop the pain. You don't have the authority. You know, all you can do is pray that Chantal finds a moment of kindness and uses it for her cats. Let's see. Everybody in the comments is begging her to do something about BBJ. Oh, here we go. Remember what Chantal said about, oh, I took her 2 months ago? Look at this comment. Hey Girl Hey says, get up right now and call the vet. BBJ was supposed to return to the vet months ago for blood work on her thyroid. This is true, that happened. And if she's now showing signs of anything like you said in this video, then it's even more important to take her now. Get up off your filthy butt and take care of the animals you refuse to surrender to proper owners. The situation just makes you so upset. Carrie Stevens says, what do you have to lose by just taking BBJ to the vet anyway? A few dollars? You have no problem spending hundreds a day to fuel your giant butt. I found out 6 weeks ago my beloved dog has terminal cancer. He's not even that old, just 4.56 years. My heart goes out to you, Carrie. I know you're commenting on Chantal's comments, but I am so sorry that happened to your pet. I mean, it's heartbreaking when you're a pet owner and you find out things like that. So a lot of people in the comments are going off about BBJ and telling her to take BBJ to the vet. Do something about her because she's just not doing it. And a lot of people are outraged. A lot of people are very upset, and that's understandable. But I'm going to end the react here because Chantal has a couple of other live streams she's done today, and I want to cover them before the night is over. So thank you all for being here and watching my react. I'm going to leave the link for both of Perfectly Imperfect's videos in the description. Please check them out. Please check out her channel. Give her a like and leave some comments over there. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Bye now.